Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about, are you actually ready to be seen? And this is something that is very important to me. This is something that I went through, that I'm going through, that I will go through. And I just want to talk about my thoughts on it because I think a lot of people do have, like, maybe not even a fear necessarily of being seen or being perceived, but I think a lot of people are just super conscious about how they're perceived by others and the opinions and the thoughts of others, especially like when you're at a time in your life where you just feel like you could be doing better or you could be doing more. And I was at that point not too long ago, and I recently just told myself, like, beginning of December, I was like, you know what? I'm done being scared. I'm done being nervous. I'm done, like, just having all these ideas swirl around my head without ever really executing on them, just because I'm scared of how it's going to be perceived, or I'm scared of who's going to see, or I'm scared of messing up and putting myself out there. And once I released that fear and once I got over that, I feel like so many things have just fallen into place in such a short amount of time. And I think a lot of us have big dreams, we have big goals, we have things that we want to do, and we have valid ideas and we have valid, voices that need to be heard in this world. But when you're scared of being perceived, or when you think that, you're just going to get relentlessly judged, or when you start thinking negatively, about the reaction of, your art that you put out, or the things that you say, or the things that you do, you are going to subconsciously stop yourself from being able to be successful and being able to be seen and be heard, right? And again, I say subconsciously because you get to a point where, like, let's say that you make a decision, right? You're like, okay, I've been in the shadows long enough. I want to start making content and posting it, or I want to start doing something, and I don't care who likes it, who sees it. I don't care how many likes it gets. I just want to put it out there. Well, you might make that decision, but in the back of your head, you're still the person who is scared. You're still the person who is nervous about being seen. You're still the person who cares. And until you reprogram, or until you truly release and let go and just stop caring, you're just going to subconsciously do things to prevent you from being seen and being heard. And that can look like procrastination. That can look like making excuses. That can look like so many different things. Like, when I first started posting on YouTube again a year ago, I told myself, okay, I'm living at my grandma's house. I'm not in a position where I'm independent. I don't have the right equipment. I don't have a camera. I don't have the lighting. I don't know what I would talk about. I just had like a million and one excuses as to why I couldn't post consistently on Instagram. And meanwhile, my screen time is like 15 hours a day because I was trying to avoid my emotions and avoid my feelings. Meanwhile, I still don't have equipment. I literally am filming this on my phone, and every video that I've made since, I filmed on my phone. So it's just like, once you start to really take a deeper look and understand why you're doing the things that you're doing and why you're getting the outcomes that you're getting, it's going to be a lot easier to understand and like actually change the behavior so that you can get the things that you want and deserve in your life. And again, this is a lesson that I think a lot of us need to learn. And this is something that I'm learning and that I just learned, and that I'm sure will, maybe come up in the future as something that I need to process and release as time goes on, and as I create more things and put myself out there even more. But if anybody's feeling this way, like, I really just want to let you know it's okay. Like, there are so many people who need to hear your voice and hear what you need to say. And another thing too is that you cannot, like, nobody is exempt from being judged. Like, my favorite people that I watch here on YouTube, that I watch on Instagram, that I follow, and whether I know them personally or not, all of my favorite people in some way, shape, or form are on the receiving end of hate comments, or of people judging them, or people trying to argue with them about this and that. And it's just like, it's just something that you have to accept and move forward, because there are 8 billion plus people on this planet, and not everybody's going to agree with what you have to say. Not everybody's going to be ready to receive the message, and not everybody's going to understand where you're coming from. So you really just have to put it out there, not only for yourself, but for the people who will receive it and who will understand and who will want to get to know you and support you. And sometimes it might not look like your friends. It might not look like the people closest to you. It might not look like your family members. Like, sometimes a complete stranger will go harder for you than anybody in your life that you know, and that's okay. You just have to learn to accept it and move forward and continue to just share because you want to, and because you feel like you need to, and because you feel like it's necessary in order for you to express yourself. So yeah, that's just a video that I wanted to make too, because I don't know, like, I went years, honestly, like, not wanting to be perceived. And, I talk about it a little bit. I used to be 265 pounds. I used to, literally just want to hide because I was so uncomfortable in my body. I felt so big. I felt so just not where I wanted to be in life. I constantly was trying to hide, like, all the time. I did not want to be looked at. I did not want to be perceived. So now, doing a complete 180 and switching around, it's just like, okay, these are the feelings that are coming up, and these are the things that I'm dealing with. And it's beautiful because I'm able to put it into a perspective and kind of look at it like from an observational standpoint, as opposed to being like in the thick of it and feeling like, okay, I can't control it and like my thoughts are racing and I'm just letting these feelings overcome me. It's like, no, you can take a step back actually and learn how to manage your thoughts and learn how to understand, like, okay, is this me thinking this, or is this the Alexis who doesn't want to be perceived and seen? Or like, is it me thinking this, or is this a past version of myself who's just scared and nervous and, you know, I have to learn to let that go, right? Like, you can be gentle with yourself and you can take, you know, small steps if you want. You could take large steps, but just know that once you make the decision with being okay with being seen, that your life is going to change for the better. And then people who have been waiting for you to come into their lives and waiting for you to show up and waiting for you to show yourselves are going to be receptive to that. And it's going to be beautiful. So thank you guys again for watching my video. If you have any comments or, you know, thoughts on it, just let me know, and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe too. I have a lot of cool stuff coming, but thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye.